Hasbro Pulse's slogan is a place where the fans come first, but nothing could be further from the truth. And their latest slap in the face of the consumer is their recently shipped HasLab project for the Marvel Legends Sentinel from the X-Men franchise. And what a total debacle. I'm going to tell you all about it, so stay tuned.
Come with me, toy fans.
This video is proudly brought to you by Valaverse, the creative company behind the most exciting new action figure range available on the market today, Action Force. Make sure you visit the valaverse.com website to purchase your amazing Action Force comics, toys and other products, and follow Valaverse on YouTube, Instagram and Facebook to keep up to date with the latest product news. All the links are in the description below. Shop Valaverse, because it's time for action. Hey toy fans, my name is Tony and welcome back to the Analog Toys YouTube channel. Now on the Hasbro Pulse website, there are a number of kind of premium collectible toys that are crowdfunded through Hasbro's, what they call HasLab projects. You know, they've done a number of things like Jabba's Sail Barge, the Unicron, that kind of thing. So in July of last year, I think it was July, they launched one of their latest HasLab projects, which was for the very large scale Sentinel action figure from the Marvel Legends line. Obviously the Sentinel stands far, far taller than the 6-inch Marvel Legends figures within that range. The project, or crowdfunding project, I believe it needed around 6,000 backers and it went way past that. It got loads more, like triple the backers. So the project closed around August of last year with an expected ship date of the fall of 2021. And here we are in September 2021 and consumers are starting to get these premium collectible Sentinel action figures. You know, $350, that's a premium toy. And most people are very, very disappointed. And let me tell you why. All over social media, I'm seeing these videos on Twitter and Instagram of people receiving these Marvel Legends Sentinel action figures, taking them straight out of the box, and the damn things can't stand up. They've got loose knees and they fall over. And this is not a quality assurance issue. I want to make that very, very clear because I've seen a lot of comments on social media as well about, you know, I hope they fix this quality control issue. The people working in the factories manufacturing these toys are manufacturing them to the design. This is a major design flaw. This action figure, this large, quite heavy Sentinel action figure, was manufactured with incredibly weak knees. And you take it straight out of the box and it just falls backwards. If you hold it by the lower legs, it just falls backwards. That is not something any consumer should want out of a $350 premium toy that they've waited over a year for. You know, they backed it in July or August of last year and they're now receiving it in September of this year. And they can't even display it on their shelf without it falling over. Any keen viewers of my channel will know that I am not a HasLab supporter. I don't believe in crowdfunding projects that are hosted by a multi-billion-dollar corporation. Now I know someone in the YouTube comments is going to jump out there and go, oh, but you pre-ordered, you know, you helped the crowdfunding Kickstarter for the Valaverse Action Force toy line. Valaverse is not a multi-billion-dollar corporation. One of the reasons I am more than happy to support a crowdfunding project like that is because currently Hasbro has somewhat of a monopoly in the boys action figure market. Now, Hasbro is not the biggest toy company in the world. I believe that's Lego, and obviously Lego are off doing their own thing. You know, Lego's an entirely different beast of its own. And then you have Mattel, whose biggest brand is actually Barbie. They're making girls' toys. I think probably their biggest boys brand would be Masters of the Universe Origins. But Hasbro pretty much has the monopoly on action figures appealing to male adult collectors. You know, they have Star Wars, they have Marvel, they have G.I. Joe, they have Transformers. They've got the market cornered, and the problem with a monopoly is that when there is no competition and you can only go to one place to get the products and the items that you want to purchase, and there's only one place to go, that company, that corporation can charge you whatever price they want, and they can make enormous cock-ups like a $350 Sentinel that can't stand on his own. And there's like no repercussions, because it's not like the consumer's going to turn around and go, I'm going to buy them from somewhere else. It's totally different. Like if you were to buy a new car and you drove it out of the showroom, got halfway down the road and the brakes were failing, and you know that happened to a number of people, and you know it was reported in the news and social media, people would just go to a different car manufacturing company and would not buy that particular car. This is the problem with Hasbro. You can't get your X-Men action figures anywhere else, and they take advantage of that. And because the consumer does not vote with their dollar in the modern society, certainly not in toy collecting, we don't vote with our dollar. Some of us do, but the vast majority of people actually have this really backward mentality where they believe that G.I. Joe Classifieds is a great example. I've seen people on social media talking about, yeah, they're not great, but if I don't buy them and don't support the brand, they won't make any more. That's a backward way of thinking, really backward. I'm all for, you know, getting those G.I. Joe figures into your collection, but get the figures that you want to get. Don't buy the dregs that they push out simply because you're trying to, you've got some misplaced loyalty to a brand. It doesn't make sense. I also know there are going to be a lot of people making comments in this video saying that they received their HasLab Sentinel and there's nothing wrong with it. I don't know what you're talking about. My one stands up fine. Well, that's great. That's great for you. You're one of those, I used to call in the army, or what we called in the army, a jack bloke. Someone who's only out for himself. It's all right, blow the bridge, I'm across. My Sentinel's okay. If only one HasLab consumer out of the 17,000 odd got a Sentinel with loose knees so it can't even be displayed, that's a serious issue for the consumer, and something that Hasbro needs to address, and address immediately. And to have you turn around and go, hey, there was nothing wrong with mine, like you don't care about the rest of the collectors in your community, that's pretty selfish. So I look forward to those comments below where you're telling me that yours is all right. Who gives a toss about the rest of the community? Yeah, jack bloke. My real issue with HasLab crowdfunding projects is that Hasbro is a multi-billion-dollar corporation. They have the funds to just make these products and put them out there, but they don't. Now, I also know that there'll be other people writing in the comments saying that one of the things they like about HasLab is it guarantees you're going to get the product. Because, yeah, we have such bad distribution issues. But they could still make it and make it available to Hasbro Pulse members, even though I think that is utterly ridiculous. That it's like paying an entry fee to go into a shop. You know, you got to pay money and you don't even have to buy anything. But I digress. You're paying a serious amount of money, more than 12 months in advance of receiving the product. The people who put out money, laid down their hard-earned money for the HasLab Razor Crest, then saw it blown up. Well, here we have a lot of consumers who backed the Sentinel, and then probably backed Galactus as well. And I believe Hasbro deliberately waited until Galactus was fully funded before they started shipping Sentinels. Because the backlash has been pretty intense on social media. And the amount of disappointed customers, the amount of people really angry and deservedly so about, a Sentinel with wobbly knees who can't stand up. And now, I've seen people commenting that they're now regretting backing the HasLab Galactus, and I don't blame them. So when you back a project like this from a company like Hasbro, you're putting money in their pocket, money that they've already got, right? They have enough money to manufacture these products without us crowdfunding them. But what happens is the money goes into their pocket. They earn ridiculous amounts of interest on that money for the 12 to 18 months that it takes them to produce the rest of the figures and put them out into the market. And at the end of the day, the consumer receives a faulty product. It's a faulty product. And personally, I feel as though Hasbro Pulse or HasLab, or whatever it is, Hasbro should refund collectors. They should refund them the money they put out. And I don't think that they should ask to have the items returned. They can't exchange them for another item. I mean, why in the hell they didn't give the Sentinel ratcheted knee joints is beyond me. They certainly gave ratcheted knee joints to the Transformers Omega Supreme. And here you are with this enormous, quite hefty, premium collectible toy. $350 is not a cheap toy. And you didn't even give it ratcheted knee joints, and it just falls over. I believe that Hasbro should refund the backers of the Sentinel the full amount, the full $350. They should refund the amount and let them keep the product. Because you can't exchange it for something else. Or maybe if they want to return it, tell them that, okay, you've now automatically pre-ordered a Galactus and we won't make the same mistake again. We will give Galactus ratcheted knees. If a designer was to make a toy like this and not give it ratcheted knees so it's not going to fall over, is a huge mistake. And whoever signed off on this at Hasbro should be fired. They should be phoned up on Monday morning at 6:30 a.m. and told, don't even come in today. You don't work here anymore. You can't treat your consumers like that. I've never backed a HasLab project, and I never will. As I said, I'm not against Kickstarters. I want to support Kickstarters for smaller independent toy companies so that Hasbro no longer has the monopoly. Right? Competition is what drives improvement and better products, and also drives prices down, when companies are competing for a place in the market. But when Hasbro's got the monopoly on us, they've got us by the short and curlies. I don't blame anyone for pre-ordering a Sentinel. Like, if you're an X-Men fan and you're a Marvel Legends fan and you wanted this toy, I'm all for it. And I feel really sorry that this company has treated you this way. Perhaps you should start some kind of a petition or whatever, but I hope everyone who's received a HasLab Sentinel and is disappointed sends an email to the Hasbro marketing department demanding some kind of response and recompense for this unacceptable mistake. Don't accept these major, major flaws in premium toy products that I'm sure every one of you, you worked very, very hard to save that $350 to buy that Sentinel. Let Hasbro know how pissed off you are. This company does not deserve customers like yourselves. You guys are quality collectors, and you've been slapped in the face again. Thank you all for watching. If you want to see me go on a couple of other rants about Hasbro toys, you can click the links right here. Or to subscribe to the channel, you can click down here. I'm Tony from Analog Toys, and I'll see you in the next video.